Hello and welcome to another late night review. Yes, I film these right one after another. And as you can no doubt see in my hands, we are taking a look at... Actually, what are we taking a look at? That's right, it's a Nitro Blaster. And I bet you've never seen it before, have you? Probably never heard of it. So today we are looking at the Nerf Nitro Smashshot. So if you want to learn how to smash your friends with cars in the most effective way possible, listen up. Anyway, starting up at the front, there is not an in-strike barrel. All joking aside, this blue ramp-esque thing is where you stick one car, and it just kind of sits there like that. There's no lock, so it can just fall off, which is surprising. I don't know if there's any others other than the hopper-fed Nitro Blasters that are like this. And this little blue thing in here is what pushes out to fire your car. Yeah, it's mechanical propulsion, and not like all the other ones where it's like a little like spring actuated thing, like going like that and shooting your car out. No, it's this little bar thing. Down at the bottom, we have a safety. This is resonant in all of them. You have to, of course, depress that to fire. Now, up top, this big blue thing, which already has some crease marks in it, or stress marks, is where you smash. So yeah, as the name would imply, you load up one car and then you smash it. Performance is going to depend entirely on how well you can do that. And at the very back, this is sort of like a knuckle holding place, so you can hold it like that and do that, if I remember from the very tiny box. And that's everything. There's not a whole lot going on here, guys. Firing test demo right here. So, armed with my cars, I have several things set up here on the edge. All these sort of kind of right next to each other, so it's hard to miss. Now that I said that, I'm going to miss. So let's smash away. If I can aim this correctly. Bingo. I'll try it again. Try to aim for the middle of the open tape roll. Close, and now it's in the way. Well, I hit it, and I go for the beeswax and see if I can knock it over. I'm gonna try that again. At least the other car's out of the way now. I hit it, but it didn't fall over. Well, not really the car's fault. It's just a little bit too heavy. And just so you can see them kind of coming towards you. That was closer. Bingo. Strike. So I bet you weren't expecting this, but yeah, this thing shoots these things crazy far when you hold it in your hand. At least compared to other blasters in its line. And keep in mind, I'm about 30 feet away. These are reaching the camera. Crazy far. Yeah, so as you can see, it shoots these cars okay on like a table or a floor. I did my testing on the table because this floor is not straight enough for a car to roll on. But yeah, for whatever reason, when you hold it in your hand and do this, it shoots them crazy far, like way further than any other blaster in the line. And it's actually so far that this is above like Awful's blaster range, which is just hilarious. So even if you don't care about the basic concept of it at all, of like sitting on the ground and shooting cars, it would be freaking hilarious to take this to a Nerf battle with a car loaded up and do that just to tag somebody out. Because what's more humiliating of a tag than like an elite missile or any like really big kind of crappy type of ammo? A freaking car hurling through the air like it's Fast and Furious. So that's really funny. And as I'm sure you couldn't tell, I did not have any jams or malfunctions. But of course, when you manually have to do everything, it's not going to jam. Now, when you automate these things, that's when stuff goes wrong. So now to my opinion. It's a little bit mixed. It's two-sided here. So as far as like just within the scope of Nerf Nitro itself, for its intended purpose, unless you're a collector, because these are not sold in the US, and I live in the US, so I had to get this from overseas. It's kind of the worst in the entire series. Even the throttle shot Blitz, I think it's called, is way better because, you know, you have a trigger. So for its original purpose, not really. There's better options. However, if you can find one, or you're not in the US, it is freaking hilarious to see these cars fly as far as they do through the air. It is comical, and it would be so funny to tag somebody out with this at a Nerf war. Because you can. It shoots these cars like 40 feet when you're doing it like that. It is hilarious, and if you can find one, it would be great for that. But I digress. That is going to be the end of this video. Hopefully you had a blast of a time watching, and I'll see you in the next one.